We are live. It's Lynn Bardowski, founder at Million Dollar Party Girl, with another episode of $1 Million Downline, where I interview ordinary women that have achieved extraordinary success in direct selling and network marketing, because we want to get your stories out there. And that's exactly who's joining me today, the wonderful Shannon Ferraby. How are you, Shannon?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, definitely. This is actually the first time we're seeing each other live virtually.
That's right.
So I did a guest training for Lilla Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that was a week ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think it was just last week. Yeah.
Time goes so fast.
It does.
Talking about Facebook parties and just love connecting with smart women. And we have many Lilla Rose consultants in our VIP mentoring group. So I know they'll be showing up to give you some loving today. So before we get to your story, and of course, Shannon's going to be sharing some secret sauce with all of you. So you definitely want to be sharing this in your direct sales groups, right? Let's empower, let's inspire, let's help more women and men. We don't want to forget the men succeed in our industry. And we know that it is those success stories that really make such a big difference, because hearing that Shannon can do it lets everyone else know that they can do it too. So that's why these stories are so powerful. All right. So first up, I've got a prize winner. So on last week's show, I interviewed Joy Pratt. Make sure you check my video tab to watch her story. Honestly, every one of these interviews, I get goosebumps. Like, just so amazing to hear the background of how all of you got started. Rhonda's saying, Shannon is awesome. Your tribe is showing up.
Yay.
So we challenged everybody on last week's show to share what their big dream is. And I put everybody in a drawing that did. I didn't forget you guys. And we want you to wake up every morning thinking $1 Million Party Girl, building your $1 Million empire. So that winner is Patty Fitzsimmons. Yeah, thanks for the drum roll, Shannon. This is what we do in direct sales, right? We give away lots of prizes. Patty Fitzsimmons, she had an awesome dream to help pay for the house of her dreams with a pool.
Yeah.
In North Carolina. So I love that she added with a pool.
That's great.
She's visualizing exactly what she went. So if anybody knows Patty, feel free to tag her. I'll be reaching out to her and let her know. She's got to wake up every morning, have a cup of coffee, thinking about her $1 Million dream. And another announcement for those of you that might have missed it, I just reopened my Elite Mastermind. That's a once-a-year program that I only accept 10 top leaders into with a $500,000 downline or higher. And so you get to hang out with the best of the best in our industry all year long. And if you want to apply to that program, just comment with the word elite. That's my Elite Mastermind. And my Lynn bot, who is my virtual assistant, she rocks, will send it to you right in Facebook Messenger. So again, just comment with the word elite if you want to get an application for my Elite Mastermind. That's an annual program. We'll be besties hanging out all year long. Here's Wendy. Oh, that was Ann. I'm trying to put your comments. Hey, Ann. Wendy is saying, hello, my friends. And of course, we got to see a lot of your organization at the Cinch Social Media Summit.
Yes.
And
good representation there of Lilla Rose.
Big representation.
Yeah.
And I know, Shannon, you will be speaking at the Leadership Summit coming up.
Right. Wild. Coming up.
Next month, right?
Right. Yes, the beginning of April. Mm-hmm.
Are there still spots open for that? Or do you know?
There are. Probably not very many. I know their events fill up fast, but there are still a few spots left.
Okay. So we'll send, if anybody, wants information, this is for direct sales leaders. Shannon will be a keynote speaker. Just, comment What are they calling it? So we can make sure we have the right word.
Wild. It's the Wild Leaders Retreat.
The Wild Leaders Retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you can find information on the Cinch Share page as well.
Yes. cinchsocials.com is the best place for the retreat information.
All right. We love to plug everything, right? We just like to promote each other. All our whole posse.
That's right.
On the show.
That's right.
And I got to see Deb at the Cinch Summit as well. She was actually
Deb.
Table. All right, so let's get started. So you built a 4 million plus organization with Lilla Rose. You're a homeschooling mom of 5.
Yes.
Right?
Hard to believe some days.
And your oldest is 19?
The oldest is 20 in his second year in college. Mm-hmm.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
So, and how old is your youngest now?
The youngest is 9, the baby.
The baby. It's always going to be the baby, right?
I know. The spoiled baby.
Always be the baby. And so you started, I believe it was 2012 that you started?
Yes. In 2012 was when I first found out about Lilla Rose. And that's been my first experience in direct sales as well. So
only 6 years ago. Like this is what, so like
is it? Okay, then I'm wrong. It's 2010 because it's 8 years this year.
Okay.
so there's my little issue with my memory. 2010.
I feel you. But still like a $4 million downline, pretty darn amazing. So did you have any experience in direct sales? Tell us what your startup story was like. How did you get into it?
Yeah, I didn't have any experience in direct sales at all. I found the product and fell in love like a lot of people do, just love the product. And I loved it so much. I thought, okay, if I love this, other ladies are going to love this. And being a homeschool mom with little kids, I thought, I just want to get out of the house and see adults once in a while. So there was a little arrangement with my husband. He said, okay, I'll let you do this. And you can do 1 craft show a month just to get out of the house. And that was the deal. And he wanted a whole business plan for me. And I thought, can I write it on toilet paper with a crayon? What do you mean a business plan? I was clueless. Yeah, I had no idea. And that's how it started. I really just got involved because I love the product, wanted to share it with ladies, get out of the house. And 8 years later, here we are. It's been quite a mind-blowing journey.
For those of our viewers that don't know what the product is or might not have heard of Lilla Rose,
yeah,
do you have a sample?
Oh, sure. My drawer is full of them. Let's see what I got.
I have a few as well.
I know. Yeah, Lilla Rose sells amazing hair accessories, and we provide solutions for ladies to do their hair comfortably and beautifully. And here's a couple new ones. Where do I hold that? Can you see that?
Perfect.
There's one of my favorites.
Yes.
And I have all minis in my drawer because I wear all these little tiny ones. So there you go. So this is our flagship product called a Flexi Clip, but we have hair sticks and hair bands and all kinds of amazing hair accessory products. So
we love it. The U-pin is like my go-to on non-shampoo days.
That's right. That's right. Get out, look beautiful, and everyone thinks you worked hard and you didn't have to do anything.
Exactly. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Jamie saying that she absolutely loves you and how amazing you are. So
Thanks, Jamie.
You're getting lots of great shout outs here. All right. So you got started. You decided that you were going to venture into this business as a homeschooling mama of 5. Mm-hmm. And tell us what that looked like, because I know that a lot of Lilla Rose consultants sell at vendor events and craft fairs, and that's where you first saw the product.
Right.
What kind of activities did you do in your first couple months to launch your business?
Right. So I actually found them at a homeschool convention. And so that kind of got me thinking that this would work at craft shows and things like that. And so my first few months, I was so excited. I had a friend visiting when my kid arrived, and we literally just dumped it out on the floor and we're playing with all of the products. And I said, you need to sell this too. And so she joined. And then I got in touch with my cousin out in Hawaii and said, oh my gosh, you would love these. You have to do this. And she joined. And so I just jumped right in, just sharing, because I loved it. And I thought, this is going to be amazing and you're going to love it too. And really that was just my focus, was trying to share something that I loved with other people. And so I just started doing 1 show a month. And along came a phone call one day from a woman named Paula who was interested in the opportunity and the products. And she lived in Ohio, and I was the only other consultant in the entire state. I was the only one.
Wow.
And so the company hooked us up, and she asked some questions, and we talked, and she decided to enroll as well. I think she was my third downline. And Paula had a fabulous idea to share the products with blogs and the homeschool community for a fundraiser for people that were adopting. And that's how the explosion happened in our company. So I know that your little intro of me said something about that I built this amazing team, but I did not build this amazing team. I got to be the one who went along with this amazing team as they grew. And so I've been here from the beginning and cheering them on and supporting them and doing everything that I can to help them. But I don't take credit for building the team. They did the building, and it's definitely been a pleasure to be here. But Paula gets a huge amount of credit for everything that she did. And then every consultant that has joined since. It's just a tremendous piece of the puzzle that puts us all together.
It's a team effort, right?
It is a team effort. It absolutely is. Yes.
And that's why you're successful, because the most successful leaders don't take all the credit, right? Their best superpower is giving credit to others and letting others shine. So I can see that has a lot to do with your success, even though you probably won't admit that.
That superpower question was a hard one.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, because that is one of the questions that I ask ahead of time. What is your superpower? And you actually just did it, and you said it's honest transparency. So tell us a little bit how you are, transparent with your team and probably showing more of your vulnerable side.
Yeah. I do think that I keep it real. I think that from the very beginning, one of the things that kept me going, this short side story is that this all happened at a really hard time in my life. And so Lilla Rose entered the picture when I was really struggling in other ways. And so not only did it give me this opportunity to have this fabulous business, but it provided friends and relationships and all these other things when I really needed it most. And so the transparency happens not in sharing my personal stories with everybody, but just my willingness to be open and honest with the ladies if I'm struggling with fear or overcoming objections or admitting that I don't know something and we need to find out together, how to do this. And so from the beginning, it was just natural for me to say, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to find out for you. And I'm going to do whatever I can to help you. And then just coming back and trying to help them. And now, they have seen me cry on probably more occasions than is maybe good because I just think, I'd rather be their friend and their mentor. I want to come alongside of them, not be above them. And so that's important to me. And I do follow a pretty strict policy of always being positive. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to, be negative about anything, but I'm going to be real that life isn't always easy. And how can we do the best we can together to overcome these things?
Cher saying that coffee talks can be so motivating.
Oh yeah, we have little coffee chats where I make a cup of coffee and we chat about a topic and just try and help support and motivate each other to get moving and get out there and believe in ourselves, because we all struggle with thinking that we can't do it when we can do it. And we just need that kick in the pants.
And you don't have to go it alone, right? You don't
have to go it alone. No. And that's been one of the best blessings of this business for me. And I know other ladies as well, is the community of stylists that come alongside each other. We're not doing it alone. And we know that, and we believe that, and it really does help.
So tell me about the coffee chat, because I love that idea. Is that something that you're doing on the phone? Is it one-on-one? Is it with a group of consultants? What does that look like?
It's usually a Facebook Live,
Okay.
and I'm very spontaneous by nature. So I'm not the type of person that plans it and they know like every, every so often there's going to be one. I just will get an idea and think, I want to chat to the ladies. And I'll just go on and say, hey, coffee chat today at 3, who wants to join me? And then I go live and I tell them what the topic is, and whoever wants to join joins. And it's in our team Facebook group. So there are, I think, gosh, are we up to almost 4,000 ladies in that team now? Maybe. There's a lot. And so whoever is available joins, and if they can't, they can catch the replay later. But yeah, it's usually spontaneous.
Brittany's saying that she loves it.
Yeah, and the KIPS. KIPS are my kick in the pants. That's what that stands for. I like to give kick in the pants. I'm brutally honest in a loving way. And sometimes people are whining or, a little down on things. And I like to come behind them and give a kick with a nice big heart on my foot.
The voice of reason.
Yeah.
So is the kick in the pants happening during the coffee chat, or is that a different?
Sometimes. It just depends what we're talking about. Sometimes kick in the pants happens during that. Sometimes it's a post. Sometimes it's a blog post. Sometimes it's, all by itself, just a little quick message I give. It's just a little acronym that I came up with, or maybe someone else did. I can't remember because I tend to like to do that.
And does that come about when you're hearing, certain things from your team, struggles or obstacles that they are hitting that wall and
absolutely.
Reality check.
Yeah, I think one of the first ones happened when our company offered an incentive that was really generous and amazing. But of course, nothing's ever perfect for everyone. And there was some grumbling going on behind the scenes about certain things that people didn't like about it. And so I did this little video and I put on my John Dorsey hat and I pretended to be the CEO and just kind of shared his perspective of what they were thinking the response would be to this incentive that they offered, and then just try to shift their focus and see it from a different perspective and take advantage of the wonderful opportunity instead of focusing on the little things they didn't like. And I think in most times with our business, that's all it takes is just a shift of let's just shift to the positive part and we'll move in that direction instead of staying back here with the grumbling. And that might have been the first kick in the pants.
It sounded like it was necessary.
I think it was, yeah. Other times we pull out the fire extinguisher and we do that.
Oh, fun. I love all these ideas. I hope everybody's like, seriously. But, what's really coming through is you figure out how to just put your own personality into it and make it work. If it can't be the same time, same channel, you let people know. And you're doing it when you're feeling inspired to do it. And so I'm sure that energy comes out when you go live with your coffee chat or your kick in the pants. It's because something inside of you said that I need to, be the voice for my team. Mm-hmm. And they need to not just hear you and see you. And that's why I love Facebook Live, because it's so powerful for leaders.
Yes. Before Facebook Live, it was just videos and then uploading through YouTube.
Now you can just go live. Nicole's saying, brilliant. So fun. So have there ever been times through all of that, because I know your mantra is to stay positive and to be that influencer. Have there been times when you have wanted to give up and throw in the towel?
Yeah. Well, I have given up on some things. Everybody has ventures that they embark on that don't always work out the way that they planned. Maybe life happens or something like that. So there definitely have been avenues I've gone down that I've decided, no, and gone another route. But it's always been because I wanted to go in another direction or because I was saying yes to something else. So if I was saying no, it wasn't that I was quitting. It was, I'm going to say no to this because I'm going to say yes to this. And that's where my focus is. With Lilla Rose specifically, the only time that quitting has ever even entered my mind is when I've struggled with feeling like down in myself and wondering, am I really making a difference? Am I really helping anybody? Because that's really where my motivation always comes from. It's never been about building the business. It's never been about making money. It's been about helping people. And when you can't please everybody. So sometimes stuff happens and people don't like you or they get upset with you. And when those times come, that's hard for me. I take it hard and then I struggle for a little bit and have to pull myself back up. And I try not to show that side to the ladies, but it does hurt. And my rule is I'm not going to quit. So I know that I won't, but it does get hard sometimes.
So how do you pull yourself out of that when you're feeling that self-doubt?
Yeah. So wait, let me show you. Okay. So this is one of my favorite little things on my desk. And this was gifted to me from some of the ladies on our team. I don't know if any of them were on the call. It's kind of anonymous. They didn't put their names on it, but they know I love chocolate. And they know that words of encouragement make me cry. If you say something nice to me, I will cry. And they treated me to this box filled with Hershey Kisses and little love notes of how I have encouraged them or helped them. And the idea was that if I was ever having a hard moment, I could eat a piece of chocolate and read a little love note. And so that's what I do. And I pull them out and I'll just read one or two and it'll just give me that boost to know, okay, you are making a difference. It does matter. You are providing value. Put it back in the box, eat your chocolate, and move on.
That's your kick in the pants.
That's my kick in the pants. Yeah. It's the ladies. They do it for me.
I mean, I think I would have needed a whole box of tissues after that.
Oh, yeah, I do. I know that if I open the box, I'm going to cry. But usually it means I need to. So it's a good release. And then I can move on with purpose and know, get back to work. There's a job to be done.
And that what you do makes a difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. On my wall, I have this little saying. It says, am I adding value or taking up space? Determine the goal and leave them informed, equipped, or encouraged. And that's another great visual reminder for me. Like, don't get wrapped up in the swamps and the dumps. There's a purpose to what I'm doing and it does mean something. So that helps me keep going.
Stay on the path.
That's right.
That's amazing. How much chocolate is left in the box? Or do you refill?
Well, you know what? It was really full till not that long ago because I was using it sparingly. And then I had one and I had this moment of revelation that Hershey Kisses go stale. Did you know that?
Like you got to eat them quick.
I did not know. So then I was like, okay, now I'm eating them. I wasn't going to let them go to waste. I started eating them, but I left all the notes in there. So I still have that.
I have a feeling that you will be getting chocolate as a gift this holiday season.
They spoil me. The ladies spoil me rotten with gifts and chocolate. They're amazing. So yeah, they keep my chocolate stash full.
Chocolate, coffee, and wine, right? That's what we need.
That's right. That could have been the answer. How do you get through?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you're incorporating all of those things.
That's right.
Denise is saying she learned so much from you.
Thanks, Denise.
And so, you all have access right now to Shannon's brain. So we would love for you to ask a question in the comments so that we can feature you on screen and you can get some great tips for what you want to know from Shannon. I'm just checking the comments right now. All right. So you built this amazing organization. I love how you're staying inspired. You're walking the walk, talking the talk. I know you said you just didn't put all your eggs in the vendor event basket. You've done home parties, utilizing, of course, all the resources out there so that you can teach your team too.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's been really important from the beginning. We were all new when we started, and there were quite a few of us that didn't know what we were doing. So I just tried to read blogs and attend webinars and books and get out there and do things and then come back and say, okay, this is what worked. This is what didn't work. And we've all worked together like that. We had a while. It was so fun where we had like the home party person that was an expert, and this one was blogs, and Erin was always our math person. If we had a math question, we tagged Erin. It's just been a nice combination of ladies coming together to pool their talents and their gifts to help each other.
And you're tapping into that, though. You can't do it all by yourself. And so,
absolutely not. I don't.
I think, that has a lot to do with it. Victoria's asking, how do you manage such a large team? And is that the answer? Is it through delegation that you're able to get everything done?
I think that that's a lot of it because I don't do everything. I'm not the jack of all trades, and there are plenty of things I don't know and I'm still learning. So we definitely rely on other ladies in our team. And I think the culture that has been established, at least from what I've heard from other people who are in other organizations, is very unique and very different. There's not a cutthroat, I'm better than you competition type of mentality. There is definitely a, how can I help and support you? And we've created that from the very beginning of wanting to support each other, whether we're on the same team or not. So it's really easy to just say, hey, who knows this? And somebody jumps in and they help. And it's been incredible. So yeah, I don't have to do it all by myself. The leaders in our organization are fabulous. And I know that they're leading their teams. I don't need to lead their teams. They're leading their teams. And they do a tremendous job. So I don't have to do it all by myself. Not at all.
And you made that part of your culture, it sounds like, from the beginning, so that people know that this is just how we all get it done.
I think so. I don't know that it was a conscious choice. I think that we were just all genuinely interested in helping each other, and we really cared about each other. It's just a great group of ladies, and they really sincerely care. And when you really actually care, it comes through, and it's a pleasure to help other people when that's your goal. So it just happened naturally, I think.
It's that old saying that people don't care what you know until they know how much you care.
It's true. Yes. I love that.
And so how do you organize all this? I know you mentioned that you use a planner.
Right.
What does that look like? Is it, are you pen and paper kind of girl or virtual?
I am. Oh my gosh. I'm so old school. I'm so bad. In fact, one of my newest jobs that I've taken on requires an incredible amount of detail and organization. And I made a table and printed it out. And my plan was to do it all with pen and paper. And my husband came home and saw it. And he was like, get out of the chair, made an Excel spreadsheet. He was like, you are not doing that on pen and paper. But that's my world, and that's where I work best. So yeah, this is my planner on my desk. I like to decorate the front of it.
Oh,
and
cute.
It
And
changes every quarter. Yeah, it works really well for me. It's very detailed, and I'm not so much a detail person, but in this kind of situation, I need it. And I find that if I don't force myself to be structured, then I don't get the tasks done. So this helps me stay on task. And as long as I'm using it the way I'm supposed to, then I get everything I need done with my family and work and everything else.
So do you plan your to-dos? Is there a specific list that you work from that you prioritize?
Oh, yeah. It's got a whole bunch of stuff.
We want to see it.
Oh, can you see it? I don't know what you could see. Yeah, there's a weekly big three, which shows you the three main things I want to cover over the week. And then every day has the three main things for that day. And then all of these things are my to-dos for today. And then there's a schedule of appointments. And then over here are notes of stuff that's just happening as I'm working on things. So this is just for today. And
oh, wow. That's great. So what is the name?
This is the Full Focus Planner by Michael Hyatt. So we'll give him a plug too. Okay. Yeah, Michael Hyatt's Full Focus Planner. It has been probably the only one that has worked for me. I've tried lots. And it's that daily big three. That has been the game changer for me. Having those three things at the top so that I know if everything breaks loose and my day runs away from me, if I at least get those three done, I can go to sleep knowing I accomplished enough. If I get the other stuff done, awesome. If I don't, we just move it to tomorrow. And that's okay.
All right. Well, we'll make sure we put the link for that up above my head. We'll go back and add that to the post so that everybody can easily find that. And
it's a really good one.
Speaking of books, you also are launching your first book. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited.
So excited. We'll definitely be helping you get the word out. So do you have a published date? When will it be available? What's it called? Tell us all about it.
Okay, so it's called Success Unwrapped, and it is the direct seller's A to Z event guide. If you don't work events, then it will be a great resource for you for anyone on your team that does. Because what I have found over the 8 years is that this industry is definitely a party plan industry for very good reason. It should be, and it works much better that way. But there are thousands and thousands of direct sales consultants who do events and don't know how to do them well. They don't know how to maximize that opportunity. They don't know how to take that opportunity, then expand it into a successful business. They go and they sell and then they leave, and that's the end of the story. And it's that once and done problem that I think really holds them back from what they could be succeeding in our industry. So this book is an A to Z guide of everything from how to find the shows to the after follow-up and building your customer care and building your team, all of that in one book. So I'm excited to be providing a resource for this, and it's hopefully going to be available at the SingShare Wild Leaders Retreat. That's the goal. The goal is to have it in print, in hand, by April 6th. So we will see. We're working hard.
All right. Well, make sure you come back and let me know so we can spread the word on that. That's going to be an amazing resource because I have found, almost 3 decades in direct selling, and I haven't found a single company that actually trains their field on how to be successful at vendor events. And it's probably the number one question I get asked the most. So
absolutely.
Thank you so much for sharing all of your tips and advice and sharing it with the world. That's going to be huge. All right.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited for it. We'll take one more question. I'm just looking at the chat here. I saw a great question and now I can't find it. Oh, what do you recommend for local teams? Are you a believer in in-person team training, or do you do everything online now?
I am a believer in in-person training whenever it's possible. I think that face-to-face contact and getting to know people is invaluable. So if you have local team, then absolutely do that. But because we have teams spread across the country now, sometimes across the world in our industry, we have to utilize more than one method. So yes, offer an in-person event because it's fabulous, but then also do things online, use Facebook Live and social media to connect with people that can't come, otherwise they're left out. So both.
It's just like parties, right?
That's right.
Do the local parties in home.
That's right.
The long distance parties, you can tap into Facebook Live for that.
Absolutely.
All right, so thank you so much for being with us today. Where can everybody find you? What is your Facebook page or Instagram? Let us know.
Absolutely. So you can find me at just Shannon Ferraby. Send me a friend request. I'd love to be friends with you. I'm the only Shannon Ferraby, so super easy to find me for that. Or shannonferraby.com. You can find me there, and all of the links and resources to anything else I'm doing will be on that website.
All right. I'll make sure. I know we've tagged you in this post, and we'll make sure that we put your website up there too. Definitely want to follow Shannon for her inspiration and her wisdom. So thanks to everybody for watching. Kristen's saying she can't wait to see the book in print. It's like having another baby.
It feels like it. It feels like labor pains.
Maybe a little bit harder. And is it going to be on Amazon?
Yes, it will be available on Amazon.
Okay, perfect. So we'll come back and we'll make sure that we have you back when the book comes out.
Yay!
Do a fun author chat with you. All right.
How exciting.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you. If you're watching this on YouTube, you know what to do. Thumbs up.
Thanks everybody.
All right.
Thanks so much, Lynn.
Bye.